Hi everyone, and welcome to Floor Talk with me, Kate.
And me, Liam.
So it's the first night of London, the Reputation tour we've just came back from. We've just seen Taylor Swift for the third time for me, fourth time for Liam.
Yay.
And yes, this is our post-match analysis as such.
This is the only Floor Talk we have done since the first night, so it's a special one.
Yeah.
Actually. Not that 4 is a special number, or 3.
Yeah, who's counting? I've just finished off some grape soda because there's an amazing off-licence just nearby that apparently sells it. And I've only ever seen this in America, so
I left my milk in the bathroom, hold on.
Okay, we're going to kind of be talking about the show, but because it's quite late and because we both want to get to bed, it might also be a bit more casual. You might see me taking off my makeup. It's probably not. I'm probably not going to stay in this costume for the entire video, just to make you aware. And you'll probably see me eating again, and probably Liam too, unless So we've got Doritos. I feel like the morning rolls aren't going to be any good.
No, I wouldn't.
I maybe will tomorrow if I'm feeling brave. I feel like for this one we don't really need to go through what songs are in the set list and everything.
No.
Because we covered that in the first one. If you want to see what we thought of each song and each performance, that mostly didn't change.
Yeah, so it was the usual situation. We started off with the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever songs.
I wasn't counting.
Who is counting then? 1, 2, 3. That would be funny if we hadn't already made that joke in the past 5 minutes. Yeah, so tonight we were in Block 127 at Wembley Stadium. I'd never been to Wembley Stadium before in my life.
Me neither.
I'd honestly, on the map, it looks like it's so much further away from the tube stop than it was. It really wasn't.
We were dressed as pirates.
Are you ready for it?
Are you ready for it? I've still got my sign. I'll go and get it.
There's an interesting story as to what happened to my sign.
We'll get to that, yeah.
We'll get to that. I think that's probably where the story needs to start, because nothing really happened before that.
This is a very last minute sign. I was working on another sign, but it ended up looking quite terrifying. Like, it said, "Are you ready for it?" And it looked kind of like It's like Pennywise the Clown, like the kind of Stephen King horror, as opposed to like a sign for Taylor. So this was like a last minute. I'd done this in my bathroom the night before I left, and then I kind of finished it this morning. So it's not the most inspired thing. It's on the back of a pizza box, but it done the job. And I'll probably be chucking that away later. But
and I'm sure it was a delicious pizza as well.
It was a delicious pizza. So we were dressed as pirates because "Are You Ready for It" is the most pirate song I've ever come across. Like, there's talking about heists and moving to islands and robbing and stuff like that. And of course, "Are you ready for it?" So I really thought it would be fun if we just went dressed as pirates.
Exactly, like it was a little bizarre, but you know what? Bizarre is fun.
It was also, like on the 1989 tour when me and Lily were in Germany, we saw a bunch of people dressed as pirates before we went to our first show. And she was like, "Oh my god, can we please go as pirates to like a future show?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it next tour." But she wasn't with us this time, but this probably won't be the last time I dress as a pirate. I don't know about you, but
no, I'm sure more.
It's going to happen again.
More experiences to come.
We also went to like the Instax booth tonight, which is something we've not done on this tour.
My bag. Over there, under all the confetti.
And that was really fun, especially as in the US I've heard of people having to hold up like the Instax sign and things in the hashtag. Nobody really wants to do that. They just want a nice photo of themselves.
Yeah.
Like next to like the "Look What You Made Me Do" thrown on next to a photo of Taylor. So they were like really understanding of that, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you want to hold your signs? That's fine." So we've got some like nice mementos of that as well.
Yeah, they give it it was good as well because they were giving out the Polaroids that they would take for you, but like they weren't charging you for them. It was sort of like, "Look, just put it on Instagram or social media or whatever and tag us," and I was like, "Okay, that seems fair enough." Like it's nice to be able to like go to these things and not have to worry about like everything costing money.
Yeah, exactly. We had so many people ask us how much it was, and we were like, "No, it's free, it's good." We started our night in Block 127, and for those of you eagle-eyed viewers or eagle-eared, you'll maybe hear this. We said we started our night as opposed to staying in Block 127. Block 127 was okay. we were at the very back of the block. It was a block near the stage, and we could only really see like side on.
Yeah, it was like a pretty much. We were almost like on the corner facing out towards the other stages. But it was good because we managed to get ourselves an upgrade.
We did, yeah. Like the one thing I did find interesting about Block 127 was there was screens where you could see what was on the other half of the stage and what Taylor was doing and things. So you at least weren't missing out as such, but it is really nice to see her in person.
Yeah.
And Liam noticed at one point that somebody had went down to the floor from our block and nobody in security stopped them or asked them to see their tickets.
No.
So we decided to just go down there as well.
Yeah. I say we got upgraded. We upgraded ourselves to a section on the floor.
We upgraded ourselves, and that was on our
seats.
Taylor Swift bingo. So, yeah.
We have seat upgrade. Well, didn't say it had to be by Taylor Nation or by Andrea Swift or by anyone else.
Exactly. You may be thinking, what were you doing that for? But, you know, surely that wasn't allowed by security. But security were actually really laid back when it came to the B stages.
Yeah.
This time around.
Like, certainly for, like, when I was in Dublin, they were, like, saying, no, you have to go back to your seats, you have to go back to your seats. I'm like, I know exactly what's going on here. No.
And as well, like, when the show started, there was people hanging about by the B stages and things.
Yeah, they were.
And they weren't too concerned with getting them to go back to the seats or anything. They were like, okay, you're not in the way of people, you're obviously staying safe, so that's fine.
Yeah, they weren't causing issues, and I think that's the main thing.
We love cool members of security.
We do.
Whether they'll be the same tomorrow, we don't know.
No.
They'll maybe be a bit more strict about it tomorrow once they've figured out everything and realise that people were maybe taking advantage a bit tonight.
Just a bit. Like, she was still performing Look What You Made Me Do, and I'd actually noticed Andrea down by what is Club Olivia.
No, I noticed her and then told you.
Well, okay. It makes literally, I'm not the most observant person. People believe I am for a second.
And then Liam was like, I wanted to see if I can go and get an Andrea selfie.
And I got down there after going past security, getting absolutely questioned. Never.
No, they just really didn't mind.
And I just sort of like made it look like I was like, oh, that's where I'm meant to be sitting. But I went down and there was like not like a security guy. I think it was like one of the actual tour staff, one of her team that was there. He was just sort of like looking at me. And I was like, no, okay, cool, never mind. But then I started to think like it's like people are going to start moving to the B stage in a second. I'm already on the floor. And I was trying to like message you and phone you and you weren't answering, but I'm assuming by this point you'd sort of noticed that I'd gotten down there with absolutely no issues, so just followed.
I saw you walk down and not get challenged, and then I saw you go over to Andrea, and then I saw you go over towards the B stage, and then I saw you come back, and I was like, what's he doing? And then...
By the time I got back, Andrea was gone.
Yeah. No, she was still there.
Was she?
Yeah. Because she was still there when I walked past.
Oh, what? Right, we're finding her tomorrow. I want an Andrea selfie.
I just want to give her my
I would like an Andrea selfie.
Yeah, it would be nice to have an Andrea selfie. Like, for all the times I've met Andrea, and I know I sound like a super privileged Swiftie here, so I do apologise. It's not the end of the world if this doesn't happen. But for all the times I've met Andrea, I've never had a selfie with her, so that'd be nice. Did you go down during Look What You Made Me Do?
Yeah, I went down during that, and there was like I'd sort of noticed before you mentioned that like Andrea was there. I looked down and I was like, people are already moving to the B stages, so if we're going tomorrow, we're going to have to go early.
Yeah, I don't really know like if we could just start on nights there.
I'm not going to lie, I wouldn't care. Well, I'd quite like to get some photos during I did something bad when she's like up in the air because we're right at the stage.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to move during Gorgeous.
Yeah. Like, I could do that. It's cute.
Or maybe you belong with... Maybe when the actual, like, What You Made Me Do intro video comes on. Because there's a good bits with, like, Paul and the guitar during You Belong With Me.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
I think I went down to the floor during Endgame. I started thinking about it during whatever was before Endgame. But it was when, like, the words Endgame flashed up on the stage that I thought, I'm going to get my stuff and move. And try and find Liam.
And what happened?
Well, I started walking down towards the floor and nobody stopped me.
Exactly.
So I got onto the floor and the first person that I met was a girl coming the other way, and I'm sure with time I'll find out who this person is because she'll probably be on Twitter sharing her photo and things. But she looked really happy to see me, and I don't know if it's just because of what had just happened or whether she actually knows me. I still don't know. But she saw me, and then she said, "I've just been given rep room," and she showed me like her wristband and the piece of paper and that, and then we'd done like this happy dance and we were proper like hugging each other and having a great time, and I was like, have a wonderful time and everything. She's probably going to look back at this night and just be like, who was that girl? But yeah, so I was really happy for her. And then Andrew was actually behind me at that point, but for whatever reason I didn't go over. I actually have a letter I'd like to give her, but apparently tonight wasn't the night.
Tomorrow we will find her.
Yeah, maybe.
In a non-stop way, we will find her.
It's like, I mean, I haven't seen her since 2014, so it's very possible I won't see her. But
it's very possible she'll forget that you licked her ear or kissed her.
I kissed her ear, I didn't lick it.
Okay.
Licking's just weird. So I came down and then I managed to find Liam and Alex from Taylor Connect, and I didn't know who the other people were. I just recognised Alex from Taylor Connect, resting board face, as we like to call him.
Yeah,
I say we as though I came up with that. I really didn't. I just saw
it's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was at the Reputation Secret Sessions with me, and we are going to the 3 shows at MetLife, so that'll be fun. And the other people, there was Megan, there was Bethy, who I thought was someone else. Just because I was like, there's so many people in that group chat, and I was like, oh, that's you, but I'd never actually met her before.
We were hanging out at the B stage.
She flew over. Camilla saw your sign. She didn't see my sign.
Yeah.
Because my sign was somewhere.
Yeah, this is a story as well. When the girl who got upgraded to rep room came over and was like happy dancing with me, I was holding all of my stuff, I was holding all of Liam's stuff, and I was holding 2 signs. And by the time I got to the B stage, I only had 1 sign. So I think during the happy dance, I dropped it somewhere. I don't know where, but yeah, we never saw it after that. Yeah, we never saw it after that.
You know.
But yeah, during
So
Shake
it goes.
During Shake It Off, they were like very close to me, so I was holding up my sign and that. And Camila was like closest of the 3 of them to me, and she read it, and then she pointed at it and blew me a kiss, and I was like, it's like, yay!
And tonight was a very special night of the tour as well, because this is the only night so far that Taylor has performed the entire Reputation album.
Yeah, her secret song on the B stage was So It Goes, which doesn't usually make the normal set list.
No, that was the one that was the only one that's ever cut, and it was played tonight. And what's really cool is that's another bingo one ticked off.
Bingo, yes, playing a song she doesn't usually play.
Exactly, and like I was the entire time leading up to this, I've seen across Twitter that people have been saying, oh, she's going to play Tim McGraw tonight because it's the 13-year anniversary of when it came out. Or it was on Tuesday anyway.
When she said this is a song I've never played before, my initial thought was Babe. And I was like, I don't want it to be Babe. Like, it's a nice song, but I don't really know it as well. And I tend to think as well, if it's a reject of Reds, then there are better songs out there, kind of thing. That sounds really, I don't know, I just sound really, really snobby.
I don't know.
Like, I would have been okay with Babe, but it's not one I would have been overly enthused by.
MetLife Taylor.
We've still got night 2 to go.
We do. What she seems to have done so far is that, like, for the places she's played 2 nights, she's done a newer old song. Like a 1989 or a Red song, and then the other night it's been something from, like, Fearless or Speak Now. So I feel like we might be getting an older one tomorrow. Possibly
you can't
15,
get
as it's the 15th show.
You can't get much newer than So It Goes.
No, you
so
really can't.
yeah, it is going to be an older one.
It's going to be an older one. I think she noticed us again. We weren't standing at a point where she would like pass us as she moved to the other stage. We thought, like, you know, I'd actually rather be here right in front of her microphone when she's singing.
Yeah, that was a good spot because she came over during Shake It Off, and then she came over during the surprise song as well.
Like, it was definitely a good place to be. The rest of the show was pretty normal, for the most part.
Not really.
No, like after that, like, nothing was really different until Getaway Car.
Yeah, but we we don't usually just like hang out at a B stage and don't, you know.
No.
It's like this is where we are now.
We stayed
like,
at the B stage.
Yeah, basically.
No one was moving us away.
There was a spot behind the B block, just between the B stage and the seats in the B section. There was like a little triangle. This was good for dancing. And security were okay with us being there. They never said anything, so...
No one seemed to twig that we weren't meant to be on the floor.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to argue that.
And in general, like, there were people further forward and they didn't get moved back to the seats or anything. So they were very easygoing with, as long as you weren't blocking a walkway.
Yeah, as long as you weren't, like, causing any sort of, like, issues.
Yeah.
Be it, like, you're in someone's way or you're doing something you really, really shouldn't be doing.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be okay with things. So I think that's the way, like, they should be, because Taylor Swift concerts aren't, like...
They're not church.
No, they're not. They're not, like...
I mean, they are. Like, you should have seen me during Don't Blame Me.
Yeah, that was absolutely crazy. I wish we'd filmed that.
Yeah. It's like when she said begging on my knees to stay, I actually had the room to, like, drop to my knees.
I turned around, I was like, what are you doing?
And then I get so high, I thought I'll just like stay on my knees for a while, and then I was like, I get so high! Like I raised back to like normal... Yeah, normal height again is the word I'm looking for there. Yeah, I was thinking, how many times can I actually be at a Taylor Swift show and drop to my knees dramatically? So I thought...
Well, she does it sometimes.
I was on the floor a few times, yeah. I mean, I'm not Taylor though, so...
Yeah, And tonight was also the first night that there was a special guest at one of the European dates.
Mm-hmm.
Or UK and Ireland dates. It's not really European.
I mean, it's Europe, yeah.
It's Europe.
It's like if people ask what continent we're on.
Yeah, that is true. She came out after she performed Getaway Car. We got the first special guest of the tour. We kind of had a feeling there was going to be a special guest because she came on stage 20 minutes earlier than usual. She cut off the Look What You Made Me Do reaction video that she shows, and even like the Delicate remix and a load of other songs. Like songs over the speakers, not part of her actual tour.
Mm-hmm.
Like the set list didn't get any shorter. And it didn't also help the fact that someone had taken a photo because they'd seen Niall Horan at the show already in the stadium. So that kind of gave the game away a little bit. But,
and then someone else had seen, during Camila's meet and greet, they saw like a dressing room that said special guest on the door.
So, you know, like we kind of figured like 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
It's not too difficult a question. But yeah, so that was really good, and they came out and played Slow Hands. Which
oh, was that what they were singing?
Yeah, it was Slow Hands. Did you know?
No, I'd never heard this song before, so I was like just kind of like going by mouth movements and things. And at first I thought it was like, I don't know what I thought it was, but then I decided it was slow dance. Because they were kind of like dancing and stuff. Yeah, I decided...
Slow hands.
Yeah, I was hearing slow dance or something, I don't know. I'd never heard this song before.
I love the song.
So I was just like guessing what the lyrics were. Like I was singing along enthusiastically, but I was guessing what the lyrics were. I was kind of dancing whatever seemed to be natural.
It's like, this looks right. Almost.
And then by the end, I'd thought the chorus said slow dance.
Yeah, that happened, and then we had Call It What You Want and the Never Ever Getting Back Together, Nice Things mash up to finish things off. And it was a really, really, really good show again. I think it's possibly, I want to say possibly one of my favourites so far. Because like we got Niall, but in Dublin we got Mean as the B stage song, so it's kind of hard. But
See, it was my favourite because, like, when you're at a show and you've got like a seat, which is most of the people in the room, you have a very, very small space to dance. There's really not that much in the room at all.
Yeah, tonight was total opposite. Like,
it's like at the beginning of the show, I found myself wishing that there was more room because literally it was like one person each side and there was no room to move my arms or anything in this place.
Yeah,
and
it was.
That's the one thing that's like a deal breaker for me. I really like to have room to dance and enjoy myself and things. And I felt like I was very penned in. And I know that's like what most people feel, and I sound ridiculously snobby here, but I was thinking I just wish I could be in the pit, because if you kind of hang out at the back of the pit, there's room to dance and things.
Yeah. The pits this tour seem to be really, really relaxed.
Yeah.
Like they don't seem to be as jam-packed as usual. I know it's like, oh, the tickets are expensive and stuff. It's not the Pips are sold out for the shows. Like they haven't
sold that many. Yeah.
Yeah, they just didn't oversell it basically. I'm not sure if I got enough confetti actually.
I don't think you did. Nah.
That's not all confetti. I have a hoodie and a t-shirt here. But it's mostly, and then there's random signs is proud. Someone left it on the seat, but they were all holding them up during New Year's Day.
And Taylor noticed them as well.
Taylor noticed, like, she didn't play for like 2 minutes. She genuinely was looking at him like, this is really long, but everyone's still whooping and cheering, and it was amazing to be in.
That really gave me a throwback to Fearless, because that happened quite a few times on the Fearless tour, and this was literally a good 10 minutes before the show started again, because everybody just kept going and going and going.
There was no end.
Yeah, and she just kind of let it keep going, but at that time, when it happened when she was like, how old would she be, 18, 19?
Yeah.
When it happened when she was like 19, she was like almost at the point of bursting into tears because she was still fairly new in her career. This was a brand new country. Well, maybe not brand new, but like it wasn't one she came to very often.
Like,
she didn't get much airplay over here, and she seemed really surprised that an arena of people would do that for her. So to have 60,000 people in Wembley clapping so hard for so long that she had to stop the show and just kind of listen to them. She just kind of let it happen for a while. But that was really nice to see.
It's things like that make her come back. Oh, I broke the tap again.
How can you break the tap?
Because you put it down but it doesn't stop running water.
Charitable moment of the night was we got a lot of confetti from like the B stage, because that's kind of where we were hanging about. So they had a lot of like the newspaper confetti and the regular confetti and stuff. And after the show, we picked up a ton of it. And as we were leaving, there was like a ton of people as one of the lower levels blocks of like maybe 124, 120 maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it was quite near where we were.
It was probably 120. But yeah, there was like a ton of people waiting there, and they were like, do you have any confetti? Well, I think I said to them, is it confetti you're wanting? And then I just like emptied my bag.
Like, security weren't letting them come onto the floor to pick any up.
But he was quite happy with me standing there for 5 minutes and giving us everything that I had and fishing for more. So he was quite happy for me to go back and forth and to just kind of crowd control while I was helping everyone else. We decided to share the love, and there was so much confetti at the B stage. Like, security had tons of it, and they were so happy to get rid of it. So yeah, like it's a good deed, and everyone was happy. We cleared up the floor a little bit. So then we left and we met up with some of Liam's friends.
I did. One of my work colleagues was also down for the show from Edinburgh, and we eventually somehow, I don't even know how it's possible to actually really find people as 60,000 people are leaving a stadium. It was sort of like, just look for the person waving the glow sticks. And then I somehow saw her.
I know, we bumped into Alex and Lindsay and everybody.
I know, and
again.
I thought, yeah, like we weren't even sort of looking for them.
So yeah, that's about sums up our night. I apparently have a massive ladder in my tights. And it's time for me to get to bed.
Yes, it's 22 minutes past 1 in the morning. If tonight sort of proved like anything, especially like finding all these people, the main thing about, like, for me certainly going to the tour so many times is about the people you're with. It's not about like, oh, I'm seeing Taylor Swift 8 times or whatever like that. It's about, I'm going to these shows because all these people that I have such a big thing in common with are going to be there. I get to spend time with them. I get to spend time with people from like around the country, from around the world that I wouldn't get to see otherwise, and that's, like, to me, it's worth it. Thank you everyone for watching, even though this is Kate's video, probably her outro, but thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed Floor Talk version 2.
We might be back tomorrow. It depends how tired we're feeling, whether anything interesting happens.
It'll be a long day, but
yes, we don't know. We'll see what happens. And thank you so much for watching, everybody. Cheerio.
See you later.
Thanks again for watching, everybody. If you want to see another video about Taylor, check out over here. And YouTube have suggested a video you might like over here. And don't forget to check out Liam. He's also got a YouTube channel. And thanks again, everyone. Cheerio.
Wave them with the wrong hand.
It doesn't matter.
Slow hands.
Slow dance.